Hey everybody, it's May 4th, and it's a beautiful 70-degree day. So I've been kind of busy today, and I thought I would tell you guys what's been going on. Finally getting around to getting my yard work done. Got most of the leaves in the trailer here. They're nice and wet, so the sides are coming in real handy for that. Still have some cleanup on the side of the garage over here and kind of along the fence line, but overall we're getting it slowly. And that kind of brings me to my next thing. I'm having problems with my truck. Yeah, so I noticed the last few weeks my battery's been getting weaker and weaker, but it just so happened that I've had this trailer hooked on there for like a week and a half straight, so I thought it was the trailer lights. So I unhooked the trailer lights and I came out the next day and this thing was dead. So I jumped it and it ran fine, and then put it on the charger for a couple hours and it started up just fine after that. And I thought, okay, well, it must have been the trailer, or it couldn't have been the trailer because I unhooked it and the next day it was dead. So then I thought, well, I had taken out the fuse for the daytime running lamps because it uses your regular headlights, and I buy the nice bright like Sylvania Gold Star or Silver Stars, whatever they are, and they don't have a very long life, but they're really bright. So I was trying to conserve the bulb life on them, and I put in that fuse, and I thought it fixed it, but it didn't. It was dead again today. So charged it for a couple hours. It was running earlier. I brought the truck to Advanced Auto, and they checked the battery, and he's like, oh yeah, the battery looks fine. Well, I had just had it off the charger and drove it there, so of course it's going to be a fresh charge. Now I did unhook my bed lights that I have ran because I thought maybe with all of the stuff I've been stuffing in the back of this thing, it snagged one of those wires and it's shorting out, causing some sort of a draw. But this winter, it did die on the really cold days, and it was really hard on it. So the battery that's in there is an AC Delco, and I believe it to be original to the truck. So see if it starts. It starts. As you can tell though, I have excellent voltage coming off of my alternator. I know it's working fine. It hasn't had any moans or groans, and this thing wouldn't even run. An alternator light would be on, something of that nature, but the alternator actually has a clutch built into it that turns it off, and it was working perfectly fine today. So I think it's a dead battery, and so I went out and I got a new one. I don't think it's a dead battery. I think it's a dying battery, and that's why it drains overnight, because I cannot think of anything else it could be. Nothing's really changed. I haven't went off-roading, anything crazy. No lights have been left on, so I'll show you the battery I got. Got it from Fleet Farm. It's an Interstate. I had an Interstate in my Tahoe, and it worked excellent. And I believe this one is proper, because the one that sits in there, it sits in like this, but there's a special piece that comes over and sits in on here. And I did some research, and and this is a 30-month warranty from the buy date, and they had a bunch with 319 stickers. This one was a 419, the only one they had in this group. And so this one here is the newest, which batteries that are, they have acid in them like this, they're actually, the sitting on the shelf does more damage than anything, because the acidity in there eats away at the I believe it's like lead plates or something. It eats away at it and actually can create issues. So this one is the newest one that they had on the shelf, so I grabbed it. And this is their build date, so 419. It's only been in Fleet Farm for a little while. It's a little dusty though, but regardless, I got that. So it is going to be kind of a pain to put it in. Show you that. What the heck did I just do? Did I just lock this thing? I never knew I could do that. Anyways, that's different. I'll show you here. There's like a bar and stuff. Oh, of course I locked it. So yeah, this has been kind of an annoying thing, but I think that the battery is dead. I'm hoping. But regardless, like I said, it died last winter a couple times, so I knew I needed a new battery, and even if it isn't the battery, at least I got a new one. Okay. So here's the battery. Yep, this is how it is. AC Delco. And I can't seem to find the date on it for assembly or whatever. I think it might be under this thing here. But see, this kind of comes in just like the new one. But to get it out, I'm going to have to remove this bar. And maybe at that point I can tip it enough to pop it out of there. Not sure. Maybe that bar and this bar if I can, or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm going to look it up. But yeah, this is the wiring for the back. I traced it through here. It doesn't look like it had any pinches in it or nothing. So, for a core, I had another Interstate battery that was from the Tahoe that I used to have. And I brought that one in because it's just been sitting here because I had gotten this one last year. It's a marine battery, so got that one. So I use that one around here and for the trolling motor, and then I'll take the one on the truck and put it on here for my extra one that I like to have. It's nice to have an extra one to jump off lawnmower, Argo, four-wheeler, stuff like that. This is a four-wheeler project. I'm making a Joe and Zach survival video on it, but it's needs a couple more parts than I thought, so we'll get there when we get there. It's all ripped apart. Yeah, so that's, what do you guys think? It could be a power draw. I just don't know at this point. I'm trying to go with what I know, and I know that I pulled that fuse out, put it back in, that didn't fix it. Could be something in my bed, so I unplugged those lights. And I know it needed a battery before, so we got a new battery that's going to go in it tonight. Now those are my little things, and we'll see. But yeah, this is a 2013. I believe that's the original battery, so we're talking 6 years old. That's pretty good life, I would say. But who knows? It could be something else. I just don't really know what it could be at this point. And that's just it. If you drive it every day, it's fine. It's when you let it sit. And it's at the most random times, right? Like, I got home from work, I went and started it the next day. It sat for probably 12 hours, and it was dead. And then, it'll sit for 2 days and it'll start. So, kind of a weird thing to be going on. But we'll see if the new battery does anything for it. And cooking up some steaks on the charcoal grill, so I gotta check those. But yeah, what do you guys think? You think that's what it is? Do you think it's something more? Leave a comment down below.